very deep seeds, and obviously you and I share the loss of somebody so dear and near in our family. And I never knew your mother, Linda, but in coming here, you do feel her essence, you do feel her energy. You go up to the villa as we have, and you feel the incredible mission that she had to do this, and to think that you are carrying on. But tell us about your mother. She must have been totally extraordinary to have created this beautiful place.
Yeah, she was my spiritual leader. I consider her a great role model, as was my father. I mean, we had a really wonderful upbringing as kids, my sisters and I, and you know, to have had the opportunity to be raised in a business, family business.
Right.
For most, that doesn't always work out, but for us, we really had great communication and ability to work through difficult times, economic and personal.
Right.
And part of that growing experience really made me who I am today. And I'm very honored to have had her as a leader and as someone who I really looked up to, especially when it came to marketing and concept development.
Well, she was brilliant, because I understand that Linda was her name, correct? And she had this passion for France and limestone, and in particular a town that Jim and I had visited, Beaune, which is just so beautiful. And when you're here at Sunstone, you have to understand, you're really at Beaune, right? I mean, the feeling of France is here. And is it true that she imported all of this limestone from France to build the villa?
You know, back in the 90s when she'd travel throughout France, she'd find reclamation yards and, you know, these quarries with excess limestone sitting around. And to the French at that time, they didn't think it was worth anything because it was just falling out of their cliffs.
Right, exactly.
And even the sidewalk, you know, the reclaimed sidewalk materials made with this beautiful hand picked out of the sides of hills, this beautiful limestone that each town has its own native color. And so she fell in love with the concept of capturing those colors and transporting them here to this property and tying it all together with the concept of Sunstone.
Well, it's interesting because not only did she do that, but she brought the impressionistic color of light, which so many of the fine masters planted very deep seeds, and obviously you and I share. It's her life. You feel it imbued here, and of course the wine is so great. Now, I understand you're raising two sons, so that's going to be a challenge as they get older. Do you think they're going to sort of affix themselves to becoming a vintner, an alchemist like you?
I think one of them has a great palate and aspires to be the winemaker already. He's 8, and Mason really knows how to swirl, sniff, and spit like no other kid I've ever met.
And it ain't Kool-Aid.
Yeah, but he does spit. But he has an affinity for port, obviously,
I
because
love
it's
your
sweet.
port. Yeah.
But he has an excellent palate. I'm very impressed with his ability to communicate his sensory experience. Miles, however, I think is going to be the businessman, and I shouldn't project, but Miles definitely is our left brain accountant type.
Takes both kinds, right?
And I think they'll be a good team.
Right. And so every day of the week, with the exception of what day are you closed, or are you open?
Every day except major holidays.
All right, 7 days a week you can come here to Sunstone in San Ynez Valley and have this wonderful opportunity to drink the wine and meet the people and really experience Linda and Bayon's dream. If you were to impart something to your incredible growing list of customers that are not only club members but come from not only California but all over America and probably Europe, what is it you want them to take with them when they go?
Oh, a piece of the place. You know, it's about this place, and I think that the minute you drive onto the property and you smell the lavender and you see the earth and you taste the wines that come from this property, and then the beautiful structures that my family created here, I think you will never forget it, and you will take it back not only as a wonderful memory, but you'll take back a bottle of wine and hopefully look back, and when you open that bottle sometime in the future, you'll think about your experience while you were here.
Well, I think about my experience every day, and thank you so much for bringing Sunstone into our lives at Luxico Living and the Huffington Post, and to all of our viewers and readers, stay tuned, but please come visit Sunstone, and please tell them